So, hey YouTube. Today we are gonna be talking Greasefang in Explorer and Pioneer. Um, this deck has been around for a while, ever since Greasefang got printed. It has always been uh, a thing in Pioneer. But there's a new card that made this deck um, a bit more fun to play, I'd say. And then Vein Reaper rotated out of the format, which was kind of oozing this. You couldn't play Parillion into Vein Reaper; it feels horrible. But because Sorin was banned, this deck has been seeing a resurgence. So for people who don't know what this deck is trying to do, this is basically a mid-range deck that is like trying to combo off the win. So you have here a discard package in Duras and Totsis. So what you want to try and do with this is disrupt your opponent. You have a couple of removal here on Bitter Triumph. There's more on your sideboard, as you will see later. There's plenty of self-milling cards that go look for lands and other stuff. Witherbloom Command, Grizzly Salvage, Cash Grab, which is the new addition from Bloomborough. Um, there's Collective Brutality, which is kind of multi-purpose card that allows you to discard your vehicles. Traverse the Wolvenwald is just allows you to tutor a creature if you have the Delirium already. It's pretty good late game. But what this deck is trying to do, um, we are only running 8 creatures, which I think is a bit on the low end. I think the deck used to run about 12. I don't remember what. I think they cut Satyr Wayfinder out of the deck. I also had a version that used another card, which name I don't remember. But basically, this deck is trying to put vehicles into the graveyard. Azika's Chariot, Sky Sovereign, and Parhelion, which is the most powerful of the three. And then Greasefang brings the vehicle back, cruise it on that turn, and the vehicle can attack. Um, the thing with these vehicles is that even if they just attack for that turn and then they go back into your hand by the end step, these vehicles just entering the battlefield or attacking generate a bunch of value. So in case of Ezika's Chariot, whenever it enters or attacks, it creates two 2/2 green cats. Sky Sovereign deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalkers when it enters or attacks. So remember that they enter and they gain haste on the turn you reanimate them, so they'll trigger twice. You're able to create 4 cats and deal 3 damage twice, which is pretty huge. So this is a big impact play. And in the case of Parhelion, it's just when it attacks, but it creates 2 4/4 angels with flying and vigilance. So Parhelion plus the angels is usually 13 damage, which is a lot. Um, that's why I say this is mostly a combo finish. I used to like to have more creatures on the 2-drop so that you could create pressure early game, but the presence of hacked prowess doesn't invite too much to having creatures because you're not attacking in that situation anyway. Um, but yeah, this deck has some leeway. I forgot to mention, but the other creature besides the Greasefang, which is the one who's trying to combo, is Rafin's Informant. That whenever it enters, it connives. So basically, you draw and discard. It's a way of drawing more cards, putting vehicles on the graveyard so that you can set up your Greasefang on the following turn. Um, then for the mana base, there's a lot of ways you could build Abzan mana base. There are a lot of good lands in these 3 colors, but I'm running 4 Temple Garden, 4 Concealed Courtyard, 2 Brushland, 3 Dark Boar Pathway, 4 Blooming Marsh, 1 Godless Shrine. But you can interchange these with Overgrown Tombs and stuff like that. So this mana base is pretty flexible because you're not bound to have all the good lands on a single color pair. Because you're playing 3 colors, you have some leeway to change around what lands you're playing. Sorry for that, guys. So then you have Boseiju and Takenuma for utility lands, and then Swamp and Plains. Because people will try to attack your mana base, it's just what happens to decks that are more than 2 colors. Then the sideboard. So the deck is running 3 Fatal Push for Rak's Prowess, Temporary Lockdown for the same reason, Sky Sovereign, a third one, because sometimes you just want to lower your cost in general and you might cut a Parhelion for a Sky Sovereign. Uh, because in the attrition games you want to be able to hardcast your vehicles and not depend on Greasefang. Then you have 1 Abrupt Decay, 2 Reckoner Bank Buster, 2 Unlicensed Durs. These are pretty standard. Urza's basically go after Phoenix and mirror match, and Bankbuster is basically to grind out matches. It works pretty well in here. Kutil Flanker is also against Phoenix, so you can exile graveyards. And then you have a Sheoldred for grinding games and also against Phoenix, because it is a big threat. They will usually save Lightning Axes for Greasefang, but Sheoldred is another threat that kinda demands the Lightning Axe, so there's that. Yeah, that's pretty much the deck. I think some things here can be changed. I'd say that the numbers on these cards are very interchangeable. You can also play Satyr Wayfinder, which was the creature I mentioned before, to fill your graveyard. I think you can like play less Duras and more Fatal Push main board if you want. It just depends on the meta you are expecting to given tournament or um, the meta you're expecting to see on the ranked ladder. Um, but yeah, that's about it. So please like and subscribe to this video and leave your comments on the deck list and what you would change to this. What do you think are flex slots in here and other cards that are possibilities that I might have forgotten. Um, but yeah, let's play some games with this.